Hola chicos, hoy es lunes el 5 de abril de 2021. Todavía estoy en mi apartamento, estoy en la cuarentena y es un poco triste, pero estoy bien, estoy bien. Um, yo leo, yo leo mucho, sí, y yo duermo, y yo como, y yo paseo mucho, ¿sí? Está bien. Okay, hoy tenemos, para empezar, I hope you guys reviewed your comic feedback. I've been spending a lot of time in quarantine reading your comics and giving you that feedback. And actually, I kind of felt like I was missing out. So for the last part of the lesson today, I made my own comic. And some of you might find yourself in my comic. So more to come on that. Um, yeah, we're reviewing commands today. So I was reviewing your guys' command projects and I realized there's some misconceptions of when to attach a direct object pronoun, when to use just an article adjective, when do we even use commands in general? Okay, so that's what we're going to be reviewing today. Your tarea is called mandatos. Mandatos is just a Spanish way to say commands. Think of it as like mandates. Mandatos. Okay? Bien. Okay, pues vamos a empezar. Today I'm making this video for both my virtual students and my in-person students. So, virtual students, if at any point I say pause the video and talk in your groups, obviously that doesn't apply to you, okay? You can just pause the video and try to figure it out on your own. You guys are troopers. This is day 3 and I'm making this in quarantine and I can't wait to be back. I can't wait to be back. So I'm proud of all you virtual students out there who are getting up and making it happen every day. Alright chicos, vamos a empezar con la presentación, mandatos, commands, y por favor saca tus apuntes. ¿Qué es saca tus apuntes? Apuntes are your notes. Okay, so go ahead and take out your notes. I think some of the things that I say today will be good. Now, it's not mandated. You must write down this, this, and this, but I encourage you to write down a few things in your notes from this presentation that will help you do your homework later. Okay? So, saca tus apuntes, por favor. Okay, chicos. Which of the following sentences are commands? And if they aren't a command, then what verb tense are they? So, why is my, let me try to make this work again. There we go. Okay, so in your groups, pause the video, say, is it a command? And if not, what verb tense? Like, is it present tense? Is it near future? Etc. Go. Okay, welcome back. So, we talked about in our groups what is a verb tense. Hopefully you guys figured it out. So go to your room, that is a command, okay? I'm going to sweep the floor, however, is near future tense. I am going to do this in the near future, not a command. Maria, you need to take out the trash. A lot of times you guys try to use this as a command, but it's not. It's just speaking in the present tense, saying something that you need to do. Me saying you need to do something is not me giving you a command, do it. Okay? So this is actually present tense. We would not use the command form. I just finished feeding the dog. That's something I just finished doing. That's like akabar day. All right. Vacuum the floor. That is a command. I wash the dishes. Present tense, not a command. You have to listen to me. Also, not a command. That's speaking in the present tense. So hopefully you see that the sentences that are commands typically start with the verb. Go to your room. Vacuum the floor. Okay? The other ones are speaking in present tense. So let's look at some examples in Spanish. Which of the following sentences are commands? If they aren't a command, then what verb tense are they? Again, pause the video, talk in your groups, and then come back to me in a second. Okay, chicos. Welcome back. So, A, we know something is a command if It is conjugated in the el ea usted tense. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm talking to el ea usted. Anytime I'm commanding someone, I'm commanding you, okay? I can't command some third person to do something, and I can't command myself. I'm always talking directly to who I'm commanding. Cut the grass, do the dishes, brush your hair, okay? So, if we look here, habla más en la clase de español, that is a command, okay? We conjugated hablar to the el ea usted form, and we're just saying, speak more in Spanish class. Habla más. Tienes que cortar el césped. Even though here I'm telling you what you have to do, I'm speaking in the present tense. I'm not giving a command. Anytime I use tener que, afterwards I have to have an infinitive. A lot of you guys tried to turn this infinitive into a command, and it doesn't work. It's not grammatically correct. Acabo de limpiar, that just means I just cleaned my room. Okay, so instead of near future, think of it as like near past. All right, so again, a lot of you tried to make this acabo de limpiar mi cuarto, doesn't work. You always need an infinitive after acabar de. Escribe el abecedario. This is a command. Write the alphabet. I conjugated escribir in the el ea usted form. I'm directly commanding you to write. Again, here I'm directly commanding you to speak. Here, tú necesitas darle de comer al perro. Even though I'm telling you what you need to do, I'm speaking in the present tense. Every time I have two verbs right next to each other, the second one has to stay as an infinitive. A lot of times you guys try to make this a command, and again, that's grammatically incorrect. Levanta la mano. That is a command, okay? Raise your hand. Vas a limpiar el baño. You're saying you're going to clean the bathroom. Although that kind of sounds like you're commanding them to do it, that's not a command, that's near future tense. We need to keep limpiar as an infinitive. So hopefully you guys can kind of see the phrases that we've learned that have infinitives, that doesn't change. In every situation, you're going to need to keep it as an infinitive. You can't change those to commands. Commands are directly just saying, clean the bathroom, raise the hand, feed the dog, write the alphabet, okay? So, after that whole long lecture, which of these sentences are grammatically correct? Some of them are correct, some of them are incorrect. Talk with your groups, pause the video, figure it out. Okay, chicos. The first one, acabo de limpiar mi cuarto. Remember, after acabar de, we always need an infinitive, which ends in an AR, ER, or IR. So the first one's incorrect. Vas a correr muy rápido. Also incorrect. Whenever I have ir, a, I need an infinitive. That's my near future tense. So this should be vas a correr muy rápido. Tienes que haz la tarea. Also incorrect. After tener que is always an infinitive. Tienes que hacer la tarea. This fourth one is correct. Prepara la cena para mí, por favor. Prepare the dinner for me, please. Again, notice how I'm starting my sentence off with the command. And I'm talking directly to you. I'm not speaking in present tense. I'm not speaking in near future tense. I'm just commanding. Pon la mesa para 6 personas. This is also a command. Starting off with it, set the table, talking directly to you. It's a command. Finally, yo sal de la clase. Incorrect. This person is trying to say I leave from class or I go out of the class. This would just need to be yo salgo de la clase. We're speaking in present tense. You can never command yourself to do something. You don't, I don't know, you don't look at a mirror and tell yourself to do something. Now, maybe you do, okay? But just grammatically, you're always speaking to someone when you command, okay? So, let's review DOPs for a second. ¿Cuáles son los DOPs? Which are the DOPs? Hopefully you remember that those are lo, la, los, and las. Lo, la, los, and las. DOPs always replace a direct object. Because what does DOP stand for? Direct object pronoun. A pronoun is something that replaces a noun. Okay? So, here's our little chart that how we know when to use our direct object pronouns. Masculine singular is lo, Feminine singular is la, masculine plural is los, feminine plural is las. So, which words are direct objects in the following two sentences, and which are direct object pronouns? Again, pause the video, talk in your group, figure it out. Okay, so this one's a little tricky. First, we have to remember what even is a direct object. So remember, every single sentence that you'll ever see has a verb, and that is the action. The subject of the sentence is the thing that is doing the verb. So if I look at this sentence, the verb is go. That's my action. So who's going? The girls. So this is my subject. Subject, verb, and then my direct object is what's receiving the action of the verb. Okay, so let's look at this sentence. What's my verb in this second sentence? See. Also want. So this is actually like two different phrases because I have the word and here. So let's look at this part. See is my verb. Who's seeing? They. So this is my subject. Now remember, the direct object is what's receiving the action of the verb. So what do they see? Some books. So some books are the direct object here. And it's a noun, person, place, or thing. They want to buy them. They again is my subject, want is my verb. To buy is also my verb, so I have two verbs here. What do they want to buy? Them. So them here is my direct object pronoun because it's replacing my direct object, some books. So that's a key point. Direct object pronouns always have to have context. You can't just randomly say, hey mom, I want to buy them. She'll be like, what are you referring to? No, you'd say, hey mom, those books over there, I'd like to buy them. Okay, always have to have context. So looking at the Spanish, las chicas van a la tienda, ellos ven unos libros, which by the way, this is the exact translation of the book of the sentence above, y los quieren comprar. So you can see we have subject, verb, direct object, unos libros, y los quieren comprar. Here's our verb. Our subject is implied in the quieren. It tells us our subject is ellos or ellas in this sense. And los is our direct object pronoun. They want to buy them. I chose los because I was going off of unos libros, which is plural because it ends in an S, and masculine because it ends in an OS. All right? I wish I was there to receive questions from you guys. So just a quick review, replace these words with DOPs. Just take a couple seconds and do this on your own. Here's the chart down at the bottom right hand corner. All right, so la biblioteca, singular feminine, we would choose la. Los libros, masculine plural, we choose los. Las mochilas, plural and feminine, we choose las. And el armario, masculine singular, we're going to choose lo. Notice how with every single word, we're just going to be able to keep the same article adjective that's in front, except for in the singular and masculine. Some of you guys tried to attach L as a direct object pronoun. Remember, the L changes to a lo. So one thing we need to work on is differentiating between when to use a DOP and when to use an article adjective. Article adjectives translate to what? Do we remember? We took this on our notes last week. They translate to the, okay? So if I say, oh, and I have these charts mixed up. 1 second. This is going to throw you guys off. If you caught that, 50 bonus points. No, I'm just kidding. These charts are wrong though. Not that. Un minuto. Por favor. There we go. These are direct object pronouns. These are article adjectives. All right, much better. Lo siento. Okay, article adjectives translate to the. So if I say el libro, it's the book. If I say la lección, the lesson. If I say los zapatos, the shoes. Las aguas, the waters. Okay, all of these translate to the. This DOP chart looks very similar. The L changed to a lo, but we still have la, los, las. And what do DOPs translate to? They translate to it, okay? So if I say lo quiero comprar, I want to buy it. La quiero comprar, I want to buy it. That's what translates to them if it's plural, okay? Los quiero comprar, I want to buy them. Las quiero comprar, I want to buy them. So these translate to the, and these translate to it or them. All right, plural would be them, singular would be it. So keeping that in mind, how do these sentences translate? Haz la tarea, whenever you see this in front of a noun, you are going to know it means the, okay? However, when you see it on the end of a command, you know it means it. That's just how article adjectives and direct object pronouns go. Okay, so your direct object pronoun can either be in front of a conjugated verb, attached to an infinitive, or attached to a command. If you see it directly in front of a noun, it translates to the. So this would be do the homework, and this would be do it. This is set the table, set it. Read the book, read it. So you see how even though these look like we're saying the same thing, they translate differently. Here it's the, and here it's it. Here it's the, here it's it, here it's the. This one changes as a direct object pronoun to mean it. All right? Hang in there, chicos. I'm almost done with this lesson part, then we'll get to the comic. A lot of times on your comics, I saw you guys writing sentences like this. Haz la tarea, which translates to do it homework. Or pon la mesa translates to set it table. Lee lo libro translates to read it book. You can see how that doesn't really make sense. That's because if you're going to use a direct object pronoun like lo, la, and la, you're replacing the noun. So we're not going to replace the noun and then write the noun. You're either going to say do it and replace the noun with a direct object pronoun, or you're just going to write the noun and forget the pronoun. So in conclusion, either choose the noun or the pronoun. Do the homework or do it. Set the table, set it. Read the book, read it. But what you can't have is both. You can't say do it homework, set it table. Okay? And it's all about context. Like I said again, you can't use a DOP without context. So for example, if I say to a student, haz la tarea, and they say, no la quiero hacer, then I say hazla. You can see how that's context. Even though I keep using a direct object pronoun, you know what I'm referring to because I set it up here. Here I say do the homework. Here I say I do not want to do it. And here I say do it. These laws refer back to la tarea. Again, I know that this is a direct object pronoun because it is not coming in front of a noun. Here it's coming in front of a verb, and here it's attached to a command. Again, for your notes, if you want to write that down, your direct object pronoun is either going to be attached to a command, attached to an infinitive, or in front of a conjugated verb. Last slide. Again, about context, if I said el libro es muy interesante, and my student said no, es aburrido, and then I said léelo. Here I'm saying read it, and I'm saying lo because I'm referring back to el libro. The book is very interesting. No, it is boring. Read it. Okay, so you can see how that's context. I can't just randomly say léelo to one of you guys. Read it. And you'll be like, read what? We have no idea what you're referring to. All right. Again, if you have any questions about that, please email me. I wish I was there to answer them for you. Now it's time to go to the comic that I made. Again, a few of you are starring in it. So disclaimers on the comic or things that you probably should know is I have been in quarantine, obviously. A show that I've been watching recently is called Mandalorian. It is a show based off of Star Wars, and there's a character called Baby Yoda in it that I am really, I don't know, Baby Yoda is just adorable. So you should know that. I feel like there's another disclaimer I needed to give you, but I forget what it is. So that is all. If I used you, please do not be offended. It's all in good fun. All in good fun. All right. So here's my comic, and I want you to try to pick out the direct object pronouns and see how I use them in context, and also see where I used commands, okay? So, Señorita Blanca es extrovertida, extroverted, ¿sí? Cuando ella está en cuarentena, ella necesita hablar con alguien. Alguien means someone. Es verdad. Okay. Hola, ¿quiénes son ustedes? Soy yo, señorita Blanca aquí. Yo soy señorita Blanca, pero mala. Yo soy señorita Blanca, pero buena. Es como dos ángeles, ¿sí? ¿Hay tres señorita Blancas? Hmm. Está bien, tengo amigas. Son las 7 de la mañana. No tengo que ir a la escuela. ¿Qué necesito hacer? Duerme más. No, levanta. Notice how even though I was saying dormir here, I kept my stem change because in the third person in el, ella, usted, it's the O to UE. Duerme más. No, levanta. Hmm. Ok, tengo que trabajar. Tienes razón. ¿Qué voy a hacer primero? Haz un video para sus estudiantes. Ellos necesitan aprender. This actually should be tus estudiantes, your students. Lo siento. Para tus estudiantes, ellos necesitan aprender. Ellos no necesitan aprender. Mira la serie Mandalorian. Baby Yoda es muy, muy bonito. Tienes razón. Me gusta Baby Yoda mucho. Pero mis estudiantes. ¡Mírala ahora! Ah! Notice here how I said mírala, mírala. Now, this actually should be an accented I. Mírala ahora because my command is 2 syllables, mira. So accented I, mírala. The la is referring to the context, la serie. Okay, so that's singular and feminine. So because I introduced that earlier, I could say here, mírala, mírala. Mírala ahora. Ok, voy a mirarla. La pizza está en la cocina. Tráela. Ay. Again, here I attach my DOP. It's referring to la pizza that I already introduced. Tráela. Bring it. 2 días después. Señorita Blanca, ven. Es miércoles. Tú no estás en cuarentena. Vamos a la escuela. No puedo salir. Necesito más Baby Yoda. Siguiera la televisión. Siguiérala. Por favor. En la clase de español. Con Carson y Cooper. ¿Dónde está la maestra? Necesito preguntar. ¿Puedo llenar la botella de agua? Yo necesito decir, ¿cómo estás? Yo quiero hablar mucho con mi amigo Ty. Yo quiero levantarme. Necesitamos una nueva maestra. Pero, ¿quién? Hola muchachos, soy el nuevo maestro de español. Y es Guillermo. ¿Qué? ¿Cómo? Ustedes tienen mucha tarea. Hazla. Liam returns to in-person class. Maestro, ¿puedo ir al baño? Por favor. Yo necesito ir al baño. Por favor. Es una emergencia. Por favor. Y sus amigos try to help Liam beg for mercy. ¿Sí? No, ustedes nunca van a salir de la clase. Nunca. Muajajaja. Y los estudiantes de Señorita Blanca nunca pueden salir de la clase. Nunca. Ellos están aquí hoy. Aquí, ¿sí? En la clase. Todos necesitan ir al baño, pero no pueden ir. Es muy triste, ¿sí? No pueden ir al baño. No podemos ir al baño. Ay, pero los estudiantes de español número 1 virtual pueden ir al baño siempre. El fin. Gracias, chicos. Gracias. Yes, I spent way too long on that comic. Okay, so muy bien. Back to the daily agenda. That's all I have for today, chicos. Your tarea is going to be los mandatos. So go ahead, use your notes that you took today, and you have the rest of class time to do that. If you get done early, then please work on something else quietly. Miss you guys so much. Can't wait to be back with you. Adios y hasta luego.